In the early 1980s, I was an expatriate American living in Europe and trying to make my way as a conductor. And I felt, as a young 20-something would, that I really ought to do something to help the perception of my native land in the world. And so I ended up becoming the resident lecturer in Europe for American music for the United States Information Agency, which is an arm of the State Department that sends out business leaders and choreographers to talk about dance. And there was just me for music. So I ended up having to talk really about everything. And I was giving a lecture in the south of what was then Yugoslavia, in Montenegro, in the town then known as Titograd and now as Podgorica. And I was talking about Rhapsody in Blue as part of a general overview of American music in the 20th century. And at the question time, one of the music students was very irate and felt she was being taken for a ride. And she said, "Why is the Rhapsody in Blue? Why not Rhapsody in Red?" Right? And I sort of was taken aback and realized often in these sorts of situations, we take context so much for granted. I went to the board and I drew a scale, which is a scale that they knew, and I pointed that these are the notes on the 3rd degree, the 5th degree, the 7th degree, these can be flattened, and then started singing examples. And suddenly it was clear, and then of course sang examples from Rhapsody in Blue, which in 1924 would have seemed very much pushing the boundaries for the classical music audience, which was largely looking to Europe for models. And here was George Gershwin doing something that was an experiment in new music, which turned out to be a pretty successful experiment.